Guys, this is KingKira14 from the Unholy Alliance, and this is a constant platoon member with me a lot. If when I say constant, I mean he is usually one of the, whether it be with him and some other guy from my clan, or just a random guy, a random player basically. We're always in a platoon, or heck, I even get into a platoon with him at night sometimes, and we basically have our own little. For those who don't know, Red Knight is another one of my clan members. He is basically another one of my main platoon members of Deckers. If I get the chance, I try to get him and the same platoon. Also, whenever Gods is on, I try to get him in a platoon, but there's one number one rule in my clan, because I know most of y'all are wondering why the heck I'm always in a platoon. There's a number one rule in my clan. It's that I am always, and I'm willing to bet most people will end up commenting from my clan. I am always in a platoon. If you want to join up in a platoon with me, you have to catch me before a, because I will jump in I will jump in a platoon the I get an invite, because I really like platooning. It helps me get used to how my clan members play. It teaches me how to. It just teaches me how to support my clan members that need support. And as usual, whenever it comes to Decker, I am always driving my M41. This is actually the first match my M41 and his AT2 ever were in the same platoon. Yeah. This is actually what started the history of me and his AT2. Just like that match I posted another time was the first match with my M41 and his T1 Heavy. So anytime these two tanks are basically in the same match, it gets to the point where we're like, okay, we know how to play this. Let's annihilate them. This match we do lose. Yeah, I know, I hate saying that. We did lose this match, but in the end, we said no, we're not going down without swinging. And for most RD players, there's a big giant water mass down to our west, and there are scumbags that are willing to go freaking drowned in that water. I actually had a tier 4 scout on one of my matches previously, later on in the night, with me, Deck, and another clan member, where the tier 4 scout pulled into the water because he saw me rolling up in a KV1S. People, if you do this, you're going to be called a scumbag. Do not report us because you're a fucking scumbag. If you're going to do this, just uninstall your damn game. Because if you're going to go down without a fight, if you're not going to go down without a fight, and you're just going to drown yourself like a little punk, more or less, then you don't belong on this game. This game is not for you, because you're going to be called a scumbag throughout the rest of this game. And I know I keep saying it, and I will keep saying it throughout this match, well, not throughout this match, but I will keep saying it throughout the rest of the time that I do videos. I just freaking hate scumbags, though. It's to the point where if I see a scumbag, I'm gonna freaking call you in a match, and I will call you it until basically the end of the match, because of that. To me is ridiculous. If you're not going to be a man enough to fight, or at least attempt to evade my attacks, then you don't really deserve any respect from me at all, literally. So as long as we establish that, let's see how this plays out. You'll actually like this video. I actually loved how it turned out. There's one thing that I love about this tank in general, and that would be my tracks, as you see here as I back up. This thing has tracks like Cromwell, and for those who are Cromwell drivers, understand. For those who don't, Cromwell tracks stick to everything. I mean everything. I've driven up walls before with Cromwell tracks. They have to be cemented at least. Okay. I just noticed this. I mean, literally. If you just saw that, their artillery just took a shot right exactly where I'm headed. That M41 took a shot exactly where I'm headed. I didn't notice this during the match because I was talking to Decker the whole time. I was telling him, we were talking about how ridiculous my tracks are. And I sat there and I was like, hey, look, you remember how I said how ridiculous my tracks are and how I can climb basically anything? He was like, yeah. I said, look where I'm going. And sure enough, I climbed this freaking hill, so. A lot of artillery tanks can get up here, basically to the next point that I go, that are kind of hard for them to get. Even still, it doesn't help me at all, because I don't get any shots off really that do any damage, I don't think. I don't think. That's right. So at first, I decide I want to play counter battery. Counter battery is whenever one RD goes after another RD. And as you can see, my view range will allow that. My shooting range will allow that. But the only problem is where I expect RDs to be, or their RT, he's not there. So I wait for a 5-minute map, and I see no shot stream. So I just take a shot off into this bush and call it a day. See if I can flush the guy out. And during this whole time, they've got a beach party going on, and the beach fails. But our eastern flank. Oh, there's one thing. One single thing that I always carry on this tank. That is heat shells. I always carry heat. Well, not some sort of. I always carry at least 2 heat shells. Sometimes I'll carry 3 or 4, depending on whether or not I feel like I'm going to get drawn into a high tier match. This thing catches tier 7 matches like a frog catches flies. It's inevitable. Literally inevitable. I've been in so many tier 7 matches with this tank that, quite frankly, I just give up on the matchmaking for this tank. And this is where the fun begins. I instantly can tell there is going to be a problem, a major problem, showing up in the next. Per my spot markers, I know there is a KV1 heading this way. For sure, there is a KV1. And we've got our Crusader yelling that we got problems in the south. Or in the north. We know this also, but it's not going to end too well in our favor as I start to load a gold shell. I load gold shells whenever a heavy decides to show up at my base. If you're gonna be a heavy and you're gonna show up at my base, you're gonna eat a nice, hot, sticky heat round. The reason why I say hot and sticky is because these are basically whole napalm shells. They hurt like a witch.
Ready to fire.
And I missed my first shot. Never a good thing. If you're gonna end up getting screwed. I tell Decker, catch his attention. Get this guy's attention for me. Do me a favor and get his attention.
Where'd they go?
And he says, sure, I'll get his attention for you. And sure enough, he can't get this guy's attention. Now,
Ready to fire.
I'm about to get outflanked. There's a Cruiser 4 coming up my back, and I already know I'm about to die. Do one of the main things that I quite frankly don't do. I YOLO like a beast. When I'm scared, I know I'm in a freaking corner, and I've got a heavy to my and a light tank to my back. I'm gonna end up putting somebody to sleep as fast as I freaking can. And this turns out to be the lucky victim. Heat shell. That was my last heat shell. Literally, he's the last heavy. Now, this whole time I'm screaming to Decker, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. I've got a light tank coming up my back. I need support. And sure enough, he helps me out and cleans up the area. And I tell him we're going to advance my cap at the same time, if he doesn't mind. So, he flatlines the Cruiser 4. We're both at a kill apiece. And this is where the fun begins. A, I'm an artillery tank going TD mode. B, there's a dumbass in there. This idiot sees me, shoot, and gets shotgun. Eat my shells. Because they taste good. I told Decker, I am going to be on your 6 this whole time. Do not worry, I will be there.
Target
Right
acquired.
behind you.
Target unlocked.
So, as we go to reset cap, I'm reloading. He's pinging everything he freaking can, which is a good thing. And I am going after this ram. I hate rams. They're premium tier 5 mediums. Drive a ram and I will freaking kill you.
Critical hit.
I don't kill the guy,
Unlocked.
but I come pretty darn close before his twin to show up in my backside. Yeah, the other ram sneaks this. We lose this match because we get outflanked. Mediums are flanking tanks. And they do a good
Mission to
job.
engage. Target released.
So, as you can see, we've got our little friend over here, and we've got his twin sister right here. I knew instantly that our finished. We're not gonna win this match, but we can go down fighting. And like I predicted,
Whoever track reached. We're down. Everyone
guy.
get out.
I tell them good game. And Decker got humped by a Ram 2. Good game. Red players. This was fun. Me and Decker did turn around and have our a field day shotgunning the crap out of anybody to our cap, and it was pretty fun. Decker, good job, man. As usual, you helped me out in a situation where I was basically screwed. Me and you both did pretty well, in my opinion. Like I said last night, artillery tanks do need clutch braking, but I forgot to mention this too. Your tank also needs clutch braking. Clutch braking will become essential because of the slow speeds at which the AT tanks churn, and the fact that medium tanks are very fast. Light tanks get overpowered towards tier 6 and above, and you've got heavies that start gaining the ability to drive like a freaking light tank. Yeah, I'm talking about the KV-1S and the IS-3. So, good job, Decker. I believe you did really good on this match, and I wanted to share it with you guys, not only in my clan, but also to the YouTube community that I have. So, I hope y'all enjoy this, and this is King Kira and Decker. Get my freaking video to stop, that is.